magic in your backyard. Go and find it.
We'll head around to all the towns, head away, holiday, South Aussie with Cosi's on sit down, South Aussie with Cosi.
G'day, my name's Cosi and we're here in Cambodia. And 3 years ago, a trip to this country in Southeast Asia totally changed my life. I set up the charity Cows for Cambodia, which donates cows to poor families here in Cambodia. Totally changes their life and breaks the poverty cycle. Exactly how it works, I'll tell you a little bit later on, but I've got half an hour to show you around this country. I can't wait to show you what's on the show. Cambodia is one of the poorest and least developed countries in the world. Almost 10% of children die before they reach the age of 5, and 2/3 of the rural population experience food shortages every single year. 95% of Cambodians don't have refrigeration. In the late 70s, Pol Pot's Khmer Rouge took over the country, and to this day, they say that there are well over 1 million unexploded landmines throughout the country. Pol Pot killed over 1/3 of his population over a period of a number of years. So it was well over 1.5 million people that were killed, and the Khmer Rouge had these killing fields, which is where all these skulls have come from. Can you imagine losing 1/3 of your town or city in just 3 years? 50% of Cambodia's population is now under the age of 25. How is it then that despite all the tragedy and poverty, Cambodians, I find, are one of the happiest races of people on earth? So how did I end up in Cambodia? Well, on a random trip here, I saw the importance of cows. You see, if you've got a cow, you can sell a baby calf every single year and almost instantly double your income. Yet most families could never dream of being able to afford a cow. I'm essentially a bank that instead of loaning money, we loan cows. Australia spends about $5 billion a year on foreign aid. I want to develop a charity that can help hundreds of people break the poverty cycle without the constant need for donations. I don't believe in handouts, I believe in leg ups, and this program is working a charm. So let me explain how it all works. We buy a cow, get her pregnant, and then we give that cow to a family. We always own the cow, they own the baby inside. So when they have one of these, they get to keep it. The whole concept is based around giving someone an opportunity rather than a direct handout. So every time one of these little fellas hits the ground here in the Cambodia program, that means that that family's poverty cycle is broken.
Today we are going to do the good things.
Good things.
Makes the people happy again and again and again, maybe 10 happy.
This is Jet. He runs the charity for me here in Cambodia, and he was one of 10 kids. He was also a monk for 9 years. He's one of the smartest and nicest blokes that I've ever met.
The rice heavy, but because we want to have the people, it's not heavy, it becomes lighter.
And in the last few years, I've taught him plenty about the cows.
I have the cowboy hat, so let's say today I'm a cowboy.
Jet and I buy pregnant cows and give them to poor families in a village that's about 15 kilometres from Siem Reap. The cow's been purchased, and now lots of people say to me, how do you choose the family you give the cow to? Well, that's where it's kind of cool. We sit in the back of the tuk-tuk and we cruise around these village streets. It's totally random, so what we're looking for is a family that can care for a cow, a family that's got children because we want to make those families wealthier so the kids go to school. And the other criteria is that 95% of the cows we give away to women. The idea of empowering women in Southeast Asia is really, really cool, so that's something we try to embrace. So we drive along these kind of roads, we find a place, we've seen this place, and it's like, that looks perfect. Now it's time to do a bit of a recce on the family. We make sure the family's capable of looking after a cow, and then we tell them the good news. This has got to be my favourite part of my entire life. Telling someone that they're no longer going to be as poor as they once were. They're going to receive a cow and it's going to cost them absolutely nothing. We sign a contract with them to ensure that our cow is looked after properly and she's checked every 2 weeks. I personally go to Cambodia to vaccinate, drench and medicate my cows 3 times a year. I've travelled extensively through Asia and I've seen the poor condition that many of the animals are in. So it's really important to me that my cows are the happiest, healthiest cows in the entire country. The relationship our families have with their cows is priceless. Some cows live actually inside the house, and looking after the cow is a real family affair, with kids doing more than their fair share and loving every minute of it.
South Aussie with Cosi. South Aussie with Cosi.
Welcome back, folks. My name's Cosi and I'm showing you around our charity called Cows for Cambodia, where we loan pregnant cows to poor families to help them break the poverty cycle. Some of our families actually earn less than $2 a day. The support Australia has given Cambodia has been second to none, including this primary school here, Stansbury Primary, population 25 students that have raised well over $2,000 for our charity. So guys, give yourself a round of applause. Oh yeah!
We would like to present Cosi with $2,665 for the Cows in Cambodia charity.
And I can assure you, I take every single donated dollar very seriously and make sure it's spent really carefully here in Cambodia. We've now got over 50 families in the program, and today's a really big day in the village because all of the families are bringing their cows to me for their quarterly checkup. 1 down, about 50 to go. My background's in agriculture, and I personally travel to Cambodia every few months with my best mate Tomo to vaccinate and check the cows.
I can't believe how much it's grown and how much Coso's put into it. But when we first come out here, as you know, it just started from very, very humble beginnings, and to see it now with the infrastructure that's in place, how it's grown bigger than just the cows.
This day is flat out busy, and as the families rock up, the number of cows grows and grows.
Today is very successful. So we have done 20 cows now and plus the calves. So in the afternoon we will do 20 more cows and plus the calves too.
The yards here suddenly look like a doctor's surgery waiting room.
It's just a good day to be involved with. It's flat out, there's plenty going on, and there's plenty of laughs out there as well that you can see. So it's brilliant.
These cows aren't just getting their quarterly shots, they're also being tested today to see if they're pregnant. And that job's done by Trish, the vet from New Zealand, and involves putting your hand right up the well, you get it.
The villagers bring in their cows and spend a couple of months with the bull. Then I pregnancy test them, and they go back to the villagers as soon as they're in calf.
Yeah, she's well in calf.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
calf, yeah, okay.
Oh, I can fit its little nose and feet.
No need.
Trish is gold, like seriously gold. You know, I think with this whole charity, it's like there are so many bumps along the way. It's just like problem, solid gold. Problem, solid gold. And Trish is one of those solid gold moments. You deal with so many things that go wrong and it's hard to organise, but then I have those moments where I wake up in Australia and I get a message from Jet saying that we've had another calf born. So those little moments of gold just make all the other problems go away. She's really got our fertility on track, and next up is our nutrition. We want to improve that.
It's quite an event, and I love the whole village life where there's a real sense of community. So often the whole family will come down and bring the cow. And of course it's very, very interesting because I've never seen pregnancy testing done before. I think a lot of people stand around thinking, oh my goodness, I can't believe you're doing that. And it's new as well. She's very easy. She's well in calf, and I just put my hand and I can feel the little calf's head bobbing up and down. It's just a great project. It's making a genuine difference, but it's not some of the, I don't know if I should say this, but some of the NGOs and charities and stuff here, they can be quite condescending and they're not sustainable. So as soon as the resources are taken out, then that's the end of it. Whereas this project is the opposite. So yeah, I fully support it.
Did they say she was in calf?
Yeah. No?
No.
That's 44.
44 negative.
With over 50 cows done and a heap of calves as well, there was one more to do, and it's the big fella. The charity's bull. He must be somewhere close to 900 odd kilos, and he shares a very special bond with the young lad who looks after him. When dealing with an animal of this size, I find as a fully grown, capable man, it's best to let the 7-year-old and the lady do that work. In actual fact, I'm doing it because they are very bonded to this animal. It legitimately loves them. Pull that rope really tight, and if he does anything stupid, let it go. Yep, and spray. Yep, okay, you're all done.
I'm very proud of Cosi. At first, I thought, oh, Cos, how's this going to work? But yeah, as everything he does work, but very proud and can't believe that it is now as big as it is and as successful as it is. I feel that they're like all of our families now, and our family has just extended, and yeah, I love it. I love them all like our own.
The village we work in is such a peaceful place, but always expect the unexpected in Cambodia. We were preg testing the cows when all of a sudden there's this random party bus. Well, hang on, pause for a second. Here's a fun game. Who is actually driving this thing? I have no idea.
South Aussie with Cosi. South Aussie with Cosi.
A few years ago, I saw firsthand how owning a cow here in Cambodia can change a family's life. So I bought myself a cattle farm here and set up Cows for Cambodia. We've now got over 50 families in the program, and we're essentially a cow bank, loaning pregnant cows to the poor families. We own the cow and they keep the baby calf. We're in a village about 15 kilometres from Siem Reap in Cambodia. Cambodia for me is an amazing country. It's one of the poorest places on earth, yet the people are some of the happiest people in the world. And it's a place that's drawn me back time and time again over the years. I just can't believe that 8 people live inside this house. There's no protection, there's holes all through the roof, broken floors, and it's so small. This family has been a part of the Cows for Cambodia program for about 6 months. The first time I visited their house, it was just amazing. I guess the poverty really struck us. I think this is one of the poorest families that we have in the program. At that time, we went back and we bought them 50 kilos of rice and some pots and pans and stuff as well. When we came back to surprise them with these gifts, the mother came out of the rice fields and we asked her what she'd been doing, and she'd actually been collecting ants to sell to the local restaurant so that she could swap it that day to get rice to feed the kids that night. So without us rocking up with our 50 kilos of rice and everything else, they literally had nothing to eat. So it's very cool in situations like this, just how much you can do for next to nothing. It's not expensive at all to completely change the life of a family like this, and it's really rewarding. I asked them what it's actually like to live here. We had a surprise for this family, and that was today we were going to build them a brand new house. It's fair to say they were pretty happy. Life's so hard for the families in Cambodia. Can you actually imagine waking up and not having any food at all to feed your children? It just blows me away. I can't even get my head around it. At home, I throw out and waste so much food, but many times a week, this family here has absolutely nothing to eat, nothing at all. I love helping and watching Cambodians build absolutely anything. There isn't exactly occupational health and safety rules in Cambodia, and it's actually amazing to think that this house was built without using power. No power drills, no power tools. I bring groups of Aussies over here on fundraising trips to help me work on my charity, and these are the types of projects that we do. We employed 15 men to help us build this house because I wanted to do it all in a day. For the materials, the 15 men, lunch, drinks, and everything else, this house cost the charity $1,100 US. It was an epic day filled with hard work and plenty of the Cambodian smiles that I've become so used to. Check this out. This is the house building day condensed into just 10 seconds. There's something very cool about helping complete strangers, and the best thing of all is anybody can do it. A special thanks to Colin from Australian Outdoor Living for paying for well over 70% of that. The rest of it was picked up by the Facebook friends of Cows for Cambodia. So thank you so much for all of your kind donations. And don't forget, if you're interested in coming to Cambodia, my saying is don't donate, participate. I'm looking for Australians that want to come over and hang out with me in Cambodia on a fundraising trip to raise money for the charity. For more information, head to cowsforcambodia.com.au. And if you want to donate, and I beg you to, head to the Cows for Cambodia Facebook page or the website. All the details are there. Coming up next, we've built the house, but we haven't finished with this family just yet.
South Aussie with Cosi. South Aussie with Cosi.
G'day, my name's Cosi and I'm showing you around a charity I set up called Cows for Cambodia, where we loan cows to poor families to break the poverty cycle. If you own a cow in Cambodia, you're set for life. We also run various other projects, including supporting the local school and doing the world's fastest donation. I call them rice runs. It's where I ask you to donate $30 on Facebook, then I take your money straight out to the village, buy a bag of rice on your behalf, and 100% of your donation ends up in the hands of the Cambodians. And best of all, it all happens in under 2 hours. We then post the photos up on Facebook to show you where your rice ended up. It was on a rice run when I met this family of 8 living in extreme poverty. I decided that we would give this family an extra leg up, or there was actually little hope for their 6 children. So the decision was made to build them a brand new house at a cost of $1,100. This family had virtually no possessions at all, so I sent my wife and our Cambodian guide Jet off to the market to deck their house out.
This one is really, really big for the whole family.
For the whole family? You want that too?
Yeah, very nice.
Very nice. Jet likes that one.
Like,
Yeah.
ones that don't break. Your kitchen.
Yeah, everyone. Good. Yeah, got it.
We also gave them 50 kilos of rice and 100 packets of instant noodles to keep their tummies full for the next couple of months. My favourite part of this experience was actually seeing the family set up their new house. It's amazing to think that these kids have never had a pillow in their entire lives. And for just $3 a head, we were able to help them sleep easy.
She says that last night was the first night for her and she felt very comfortable. and even the children, they feel comfortable also, and they say that they do not want to go to the older house.
What an amazing 24 hours this family has had. Yesterday they lived in a 3-sided old house with holes in the floor and a leaky roof, and now they've got a brand new palace. Cambodia's got this crazy ability to make you laugh and then also cry all within the same hour. We're on an emotional high from sorting out this family with the house. Then one of our other families walked past. This lady's mother had been very, very sick, and we'd actually visited her 2 days prior.
Take one of those now, and then one tonight when she goes to bed.
Okay,
The news wasn't good. Her mother had got even sicker and really urgently needed to go to hospital, but the family just couldn't afford it. When it became life and death, the family made the decision to take out a loan of $70, which instantly financially ruined the family, but saved her mum's life. My wife Sam has always had a soft spot for this family.
We've thrown the hat around to everybody here, all the crew, and we've come up with the $70 for her mum to go to hospital.
Thank you very much.
The $70 kept the mum in hospital where she needed to be and freed the young family from the newly acquired debt. This again just shows how easy it is to change somebody's life in Cambodia for practically nothing. That's all we've got time for. I hope you've enjoyed your look around Cambodia and our charity Cows for Cambodia. I've got this great saying that is, don't donate, participate. We are taking some groups of Australians over to Cambodia to join me on a fundraising trip where we will continue our work with the cows, families and the school here in this beautiful village. If you want more information on that, or if you'd love to make a donation, head to cowsforcambodia.com.au or jump on the Facebook page. And from me, the families and all of the cows, Lihai! That means goodbye.
In South Australia we will go, head away, holiday.
This show is proudly brought to you by Travel Superstore. Based in South Australia, taking you all over the world. Check out travelsuperstore.com.au. Your journey simple.
I like possums.